It's another Wednesday, and we're back at the Adjuster Checkup. Welcome! Welcome to the Adjuster Checkup for another wonderful Wednesday of adjuster topics and what affects adjusters today in 2023 or what we have left of 2023. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Adjuster Checkup. Let's start with our opening music. All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I know I'm going to work on during the off season getting us a better opening tune, okay? But it's good for now. It works for us. All right. Welcome to the Adjuster Checkup, everybody. Welcome back. It is Wednesday. Okay, for those who don't know who I am, my name is Charlene Hoskins. I am the founder, president, and CEO of TPAS LLC. We are a property and casualty education firm that focuses on the education of the insurance claims professional, specifically the insurance claims adjuster. All right, so what we do here every Wednesday at Adjuster Checkup, this is just a little podcast that I started because seems like we need something to be able to tap into weekly and get the latest updates, trends, tips, so forth and so on. So that's what I'm here for. I have 18 years of experience in the claims industry, and I now have not only my own training firm, which is TPAS LLC, but I also co own and run an adjusting firm with my wonderful mother, Deborah Johnson, which is Contents Adjuster Team. So, with that said, just so you know where you're getting your information from, I'm a good source. All right. So last week we went into insurance designations. I think it's pretty interesting because I didn't find out about insurance designations until I was really, really old in the game. And I was like, what? You telling me all that money I made? I could have been doing, I could have, put a couple of little, initials behind my name. Hello. Oh, what? It I would have been more marketable. I would have been more deployable. Say less. Okay. So last week we talked about, and if you missed last week, insurance designations. The first ones that we talked about, I think, was the AIS, the Associate in Insurance Services, the AIC, Associate in Claims, and the AINS, Associate in Insurance. I probably got those all mixed up except for the AIC. I think the AIS is Associate in Insurance. I think AINS is Associate in Insurance Services. Okay, gotcha. All right. So we're actually on our second to last episode of the first season of Adjuster Checkup. All right. And so for episode number 12, which is this one right here, we're going to continue talking about insurance designations. We're actually going to wrap up this season on insurance designations. So today we're going to talk about the ACSR, which is the Accredited Customer Service Representative designation, the PRC, which is the Professional Risk Consultant designation, and the coveted CPCU, which is the Chartered Property Casualty Underwriter designation. Okay. I know those titles, don't let those titles throw you off. I'm telling you, this can benefit you as an adjuster if you get these designations. All right. So, can we get a round of applause for this subject? Hello. I know there's a lot of new podcasts out there, mine's included. A lot of people out here in the industry who have years in the game like me, who's, going public and sharing this information with you, but I don't think anybody's really dove into these topics, okay? And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to be a little bit to the left. Hey, Robert, how you doing? All right. Okay, so let's see here. First, we're going to talk about the ACSR. And I'll let you guys know again, I'm not going to give out the website until we get done with all the certifications next week, next Wednesday. But I will tell you who offers these certifications. The only organizations that offer these designations, these insurance designations, is an organization called the institutes. Okay. All right. So let's talk about earning your accredited customer service representative designation. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I'm an adjuster. I don't want to be a customer service representative. I feel you. Okay. But don't worry. I'm going to tell you why it's a good idea because I took a look into the details of all these designations and I picked out the ones that I thought would benefit an adjuster the most. Especially if you're newer to the game, I think these designations, all of them, are really, really good for you to like get this overview look of the industry where you can see how it really works from a bird's eye view and then take the knowledge that you get from these different designations and build on them in order to sustain, okay, being in the industry, right, keeping the jobs, getting the jobs, being attractive to whether you're going to go staff or be an IA. You want to be attractive, right? You want these people to hire you, don't you? You want the work, okay? All right, so the accredited customer service representative designation, it says, and excuse me if I start reading this and I sound like a commercial, I really cannot help myself, okay? Your journey starts here. Take your career further by deepening your knowledge of insurance products and building your client centric skill set. Achieve these goals and more as you earn micro certs and the Institute's designations accredited customer service representative ACSR. Plus, do it all in as little as 25 minutes a day. All right. So they do have a free course, I guess that's centered around the subject of this accredited customer service rep designation. And so if you want to get that course for free, you can, just to kind of test it out and see, is this something that I want to do or pursue as a designation, right? And they're really, really boasting up this earning this designation in as little as 25 minutes a day. So what I assume is that some of these courses are going to be really, really short. So, what they require in order for you to get this designation, they want two core courses, three micro certifications, and an ethics course. It says once you get all that done, you congratulations, you can display your ACSR digital badge in your email signature and social media profiles with pride. So one thing about these designations that's coming from the institutes, when you get them and once you achieve them, it's just like as if you were a doctor and you went to med school or a lawyer that went to law school. Behind your name, you're going to have, Robert Stewart the third, comma, ACSR or comma AIC, comma AIS, comma AINS, like that. Okay. So it says for a little bit of a program overview, because they do tell you about how long they think it's going to take you to complete this designation. And this is because they're assuming that you're working a full time job while taking the courses for these designations in your off hours. Okay. So it says build skills you'll apply immediately as you earn your ACSR. Program highlights, we said, two courses, three micro certifications in ethics. It says it will take 3 to 5 months to complete it. All of the courses are all online. Yay. So you do not necessarily have to be in an in-person classroom in order to take these courses. That's really good. And then it says you will have all of your exams will be virtual for all the courses. And once the course is done and you've completed all of it and you've gotten your designation, oh, excuse me, course. Wait, yeah. Designate when all the courses are done, you'll get a diploma, okay, a mail diploma to you for the going through the program and a digital badge. Oh, hello, I like the digital badge. Yay! I like that digital badge. Okay. Now, a little bit more about the program details. So, when they are saying the two core courses, they tell you exactly which courses that you need to take. So, it's the courses that they require, and they call one of them is the ACSR 321, which is it says becoming a successful ACSR, and then course number 322, which says addressing coverage issues. or excuse me, coverage inquiries. You see what I mean? That right there, you as an adjuster are going to have a lot of coverage inquiries. Hey, this is what happened to my house. Is it covered? And see, the thing is that when they call their agent's office and ask this question, the agent just sends them to make a claim. When they talk to customer service, the 1-800 number at the insurance company for customer service opens up a claim. Okay, so you're going to get these questions. Is it covered? This is what's going on. And you have to tell them as the adjuster if it is or if it isn't. So taking a course like this may help you answer those questions. All right. And then you get to select, there's one, two, three, it looks like there's six of the micro certification courses that you get to select from. They only need you to do three of those six. So you select whichever one you want. They have understanding supplemental personal lines. Somebody want to learn more about supplement claims? Examining workers' compensation coverage. Would you like to know more about workers' compensation? Would you like to break into the workers' compensation adjusting field? Maybe this certification can help get you there. Understanding property and casualty rate making and pricing. Now, look, I know you're not an actuary, you're not an underwriter, you're an adjuster, but it's good to learn all sides of the business that you're in. You just never know how that knowledge may help you later. Excelling at account management, exploring today's risk management and insurance landscape, and then closing business income coverage gaps. So this is some interesting topics that they're really going over in this designation. And I'm one of those people that I'm really always thirsty for knowledge. And so I wouldn't mind learning something, even if I thought it was a little bit out of my wheelhouse, but still within the area of what I do. You know what I mean? So it's like the more knowledge I have, the better I can be to that adjuster, because as an adjuster you do get questions like, well, why is my premium gone up? I didn't have a storm, I didn't I've never filed a claim. And I really don't know the answer. I don't know the real technical answer. I have for the last 18 years been given some old BS answer somebody gave me to give, which was like, well, even though you didn't have a claim, your neighbors and the people in your region and your area, they file claims. And so, as the insurance company pays out more on the claims, then, of course it causes everyone's premiums to go up. And yeah, that's partially true. But like, do I really know the real technicalities behind it? No, I do not. All right. And then let's go over what it says, what you'll learn. So, under what you'll learn, it says exceed client expectations to gain trust and loyalty. It's good to know how to be a good customer service representative in this industry, especially in the adjuster role, because that's all you're doing. Everything is, when you're done learning the policy and learning Exactimate or Symbility, or learning how Allstate wants something done, or State Farm or Liberty Mutual or whoever, after you're done doing all that, everything that you're doing is centered around customer service, right? You want to know that policy so you can get to the coverage interpretation quickly, so you can make a decision quickly, so you can write that estimate quickly, which is why you need to know Exactament. You want to do all these things as efficiently as possible. Why? Because there's somebody out there with property damage that's waiting on a check, right? So it also says you'll learn how to understand the levels of client expectations and methods to exceed those expectations. Must meet and exceed expectations. You want to develop strong skills for each communication channel. Some of us don't talk right. I said that in the last lot, and there's no shade to that. If you haven't done this, if you haven't really been interacting with the public, it's okay if you don't know how to talk right, but you can learn. It's a skill that can be acquired, okay? Recognize and minimize agency errors and omissions. That agency errors and omissions thing is crucial, because I done had some claims where agent had to go back and backdate and add some coverage because some came out, some was omitted. Okay. Explore personal coverage, including property, liability, and auto. And also answer questions around commercial coverage options and uncover and close coverage gaps. All right, now the close coverage gaps things might be more for like the sales side of things. However, it's always good to know. Who knows? You may end up deciding to be an agent one day. Who knows where you're going to go with this? Okay. So that's all that I really have to say about we got to talk about cost. Just like what we talked about last week. Each these designations, my babies, are not cheap. Okay? But they're worth it. And it's an investment. It's investment in you. And it's a tax write-off because it is investment in you and your education. Keep that in mind. All right. So here's the thing. Um, Very similar to the designations that we looked over last week for the AINS, the AIS, and the AIC. You have a cost for the materials and you have a cost for the exam. All right. And each course has materials and a corresponding exam. Okay. So, with that said, for instance, it looks like the materials on average are about 265, 300. The exam is running between 200 to 300. It's got 199 to 279. And as we were talking about last week, same thing for booking the classes. So, how they're doing it, because they do anticipate that it's taking you months to get through all this course material, and taking these exams, they have like the course period. So you can sign up for, like, think of it almost like a semester. So you can sign up for like a course kind of period. Say, for instance, now of course, nobody would sign up for the October 15th to December 15th, 2023 deal, because you probably wouldn't be able to get through all the material by next month. However, I would say the next reasonable period that you would want to select is the January 15th to March 15th, 2024. Meaning you select it for that time, you get the course materials, and you should have to take the exam in between that time frame. Okay. You probably have to finish the whole designation in between that time frame, but at the very least, finish the exam in that time frame. Okay. Get to the exam point. And that's pretty much the same for the rest of the materials, about 265 for materials. I'm looking down the line as the courses of what they cost. Each course. So remember, two core courses, three micro certifications, and an ethics course. Okay, that's like six courses. Now, the elective courses, let's see what they're kind of running. I just want to get an idea. Oh, it's not giving it to me. It tells me I have to log in. I don't feel like doing that right now. Okay, we're gonna let that go. Now, for the ethics course, sometimes their ethics courses are free, and that is the case here as well. So one of the courses won't have a cost at all. The ethics course is free, okay, on here. So you're only paying for the two courses, and the two core courses and the three micro certs for this certification. But remember, you're paying that per 265 materials, one 199 to 279 for the exam. You're doing that per each course. All right. Another reason why it may take 3 to 5 months, because folks, the money. Okay. Got to get the money to take the courses. Okay. So let's move on to the next certification. All right, I did good. I'm doing good. I'm checking my time. Let's move on to the next certification. I think that was the PCR. So let's move on there. And actually, just to let you know, the ACSR that we just went over, which is the Accredited Customer Service Representative Designation, the AINS that I went over last week, which is the Associate in Insurance, and the PRC, which I'm about to go over, which is the Professional Risk Consultant Designation. The institutes advise that all three of those designations, they suggest if you are in the early stages of your career. They said those are good. These are good starter designations. Okay, so the professional risk consultant designation. Become the superhero of your career in just 25 minutes a day. Are you ready to take charge of your career path and trajectory? Achieve your goals as you earn micro certs and the Institute's designations professional risk consultant. Plus, do it all in just 25 minutes a day. No kidding. Hold on. They really said no kidding on here, like they're talking to us. Once again, just like with the ACSR designation and the rest, you do get to take a free PRC course to see if this is something that you want to do and you're interested in. And they said that you can complete this, earn your PRC designation in as little as 25 minutes a day. And as they said, earning your PRC takes 25 minutes a day, less time than the average superhero spends in the gym. Oh my goodness. Isn't that witty? PRC course and micro cert assignments include video lessons, interactive activities, quizzes, and flashcards that you can complete individually in as little as 5 minutes or complete a full assignment in as little as 25 minutes. All right, hey. Yay. And then it says PRC and you, a combo that can't be beat. Don't let someone else guide you on a path that doesn't fit. Explore the array of opportunities the insurance and risk management industries present as you take a holistic approach to learning about the industry, developing an understanding of the commercial and personal insurance fields, and sharpening your knowledge about each specialty and learn about market verticals. Yay. They even have a little video here, which I think is really, really cute. Let the PRC help take you to the next level. They literally have a little cartoon like dun 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 dun. Super adjuster. Okay, whatever. All right. I'm sorry. I, I got jokes. I got jokes. Robert, I'm glad you enjoying this. Okay, good. All right. Earning the professional risk consultant designation illustrates to your prospects and leaders that you are dedicated to serving your clients, staying current on trends and updates, and are in control of your future as a respected and in demand producer. Now, they're saying producer, but listen, producers like people who sell insurance policies, but or organizations, brokers. Okay. However, all this knowledge is good for adjusters as well. And so to achieve this certification, or excuse me, this designation, is the same as the ACSR: two core courses, three micro certifications, and an ethics course. Now, it says for the program overview, it's going to take about 4 to 6 months to complete. 100% of all the courses are online. All the exams are virtual for all the courses. And when you're done with it, with the whole program, they're going to mail you a diploma and give you a digital badge upon completion. Hey, where's clapping? Applause. There All right. So let's talk about program details. The two core courses are two selected courses that they pre-select for you. So let's see here. One of them is Insurance Foundations for Agents and Brokers. Interesting. Hey, taking these courses may turn you on to be like, you know what? Maybe I'll be an agent or a broker instead. There's a lot. Listen, there's a lot of that out there, and there's a lot of, which I'm happy to say, we're really taking up space in the agent and broker space in insurance as far as African Americans are concerned. And I'm really, really proud of that. I know a couple of agency owners, and I just think it's really awesome. And the other core course is recommending coverage solutions, right? Once again, coverage solutions. Now, we don't sell any policies, of course, as the adjusters. All we do is interpret it and, of course, issue out the claims based on what the loss is and so forth and so on. However, it's still good to know because you can also take this knowledge and game your community because the black community, we don't know. We don't know, y'all. Boo. We don't know about insurance. We don't. We don't understand how important it is. We're not investing in it. And I'm not, and most of the time people think it's just either life insurance or health insurance. We're just, no, or auto. We're not, mm-mm. And we do need this education. It's really important. We're losing assets. We're losing a lot of giving away generational wealth, giving away the opportunity to build generational wealth by ignoring insurance and only utilizing it for what you're mandated, right? For like you can't register your car without car insurance. If you buy a house and you have a loan, you cannot not have homeowners insurance because the mortgage company makes you get that, right? But I'm telling you, it's worth the extra ducats for us to invest more. Okay. And then of the elective, the micro certifications, again, you only have to take three. You have six to choose from, and they are closing commercial coverage gaps, helping clients prepare for the worst, understanding supplemental personal lines, managing clients' cyber risks, leading and coaching skills. Ooh, that's good for leadership management material. And then identifying commercial clients' risks. And then, of course, you have an ethics course. And let's see how much these courses. Oh, well, first we're going to talk about what we'll learn, and then we're going to talk about the brass tacks. Okay. Okay, so what you'll learn. Ooh, this is a long little list. Okay, let's read through it. This is what you're going to learn when you take the professional risk consultant certification, or excuse me, I keep calling it a certification, designation. Understand the expanding role of a producer, including serving as risk consultant. Like, you could take this knowledge and you could be a risk consultant for insurance companies, maybe a smaller up and coming insurance company, maybe an insurance company out of the country, kind of like what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just saying. Explore the impact of analytics and technology on the evolution of risk and insurance. Discover the benefits and key components of insurance. Distinguish between personal, casualty, and commercial insurance. Analyze the unique property loss exposures faced by commercial and personal clients. Recognize the essentials of commercial coverage solutions, including workers' comp, breakdown, commercial crime, and more. Help your small business clients meet their coverage needs. Dive into the coverages offered by the homeowners and personal auto policies. All right. So let's talk about course materials. Same thing. You're paying about, they got course materials here for each course, approximately 275. And then the exam is going to be anywhere between 199 to 279. I have no idea what makes the difference in that cost. Maybe it's when you take it, where you're, if you're taking it online or in person. Because I know some of these designation programs do have options where you can take your exams by proxy in person. So it's possible that that's what's causing the upcharge. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, same thing for the elective courses. Again, they're not giving me the exact details because I didn't log in, even though I do have an account with them. But I haven't logged in, so not sure. And then the ethics course is free. I like free. Free is good. All right. So that's the professional risk consultant designation. And last but not least, now we're going to go a little bit over on our time because I have got to dedicate some time to the CPCU. Listen, this right here, it's like as an adjuster, as a claims professional, once you get that CPCU designation, it is like you have arrived, honey. You have arrived. All right. It is so, so serious. Okay. Now let me find it. All designations. I got to go find it. Hold on, y'all. Oh, let me see. Let me see. There it is. And they even got it most popular. It's under the most popular category, CPCU. I don't even have one yet. I want one though. Okay. All right. Lead the future with CPCU. Gain practical leadership skills with the Institute's designation, CPCU, the leadership standard in risk management and insurance. You get that CPCU, honey, you daggone near be head of claims, director of claims at one of these. Okay. All right. So it says join a CPCU study group for core courses. So they even have it. It's a big deal. It's hard to study for. They have a whole study group built in. None of the other designations spoke about a study group just for that designation. It says enroll in an 8-week instructor led study group with the CPCU Society to get the support you need with the all new CPCU courses. According to recent data, students who participate in the study group score 7% higher on their exams than they did before joining. Sign up today. Now, they do have a free micro course that you can take, get you an idea of what a CPCU course may be like. And one of the benefits they say, see the skills you're going to gain on the job skills. Use the skills you gain to grow as a leader in your organization and lead the future of risk management and insurance. Score higher with exam prep tools. So it says students who take the CPCU stimulated exam score 2 to 3 points higher on CPCU exams. And then it says build your future leaders. Okay, learn how corporate clients benefit from having more employees with CPCU behind their names. So this is even attractive for insurance carriers to invest in their employees to get this. I will say this: if you're listening and you're going to be staff, or you are staff, or you're going for staff, once you get in there, see if you can get them to pay for you to get these designations like the AIS, AIC, CPCU, et cetera, et cetera, and have them pay for as much as they can stand. All right. Now it says, okay, so the CPCU, you have to have 5 core courses. Create a solid foundation in property casualty insurance. Gain a strategic view of risk management and insurance with these core courses. The first one, becoming a leader in risk management and insurance. Next, meeting challenges across insurance operations. Then, applying legal concepts to insurance. You got to understand the legalese. Next, contributing to insurer financial performance. And then maximizing value with data and technology. Then they have some real stories, some testimonials. Oh, they are playing up the CPCU, honey. Okay, now look at it at a glance. Here we go. So it says gain strategic leadership skills you can use right away with the CPCU designation. This program includes 8 courses. Remember, it was just 2 core courses, 3 micro certs. Oh no, CPCU, they want 8 courses completed. 18 to 24 months to complete. This is a year and a half to 2 year designation program. So this is some serious. This is serious, you all. Yeah, this is serious. All of the courses are 100% online. The exams are virtual. It says matriculation requirement. I have no idea what that is. They will mail you the diploma upon completion, and there is ongoing continuing education. So it says here's the ready made skills you're going to get: strategic leadership, business decision making, critical thinking, risk management, strategic data analysis, and cross organization collaboration. What you'll learn. Let me click on it. Is it going to tell me? Or did I just? Oh, okay, I got it. All right. It says develop and hone your critical thinking skills so you can solve strategic business challenges. Again, you're going to have to work your way up to the CPCU business, all right? You ain't going to come straight out the gate with this thing, all right? Start off with a little AIC, a little, PRC, a little AIS, AINS, and then you work your way up here, okay? Lead teams confidently with a solid understanding of how insurer departments, why are you doing this to me? Okay, connect with one another. Develop solutions that address exposures created by the legal system. Use ratios and monetary calculations to determine the financial impact of potential strategies. Use data to further contribute to the insurance value chain and elevate your organization's competitive advantage. CPU experience. CPU is more than a designation, it's an experience. From the moment you start a CPCU course, you join a bustling community ready with advice, study groups, networking opportunities, and more. Strengthen your network of other risk management and insurance professionals through the CPCU Society and stay at the forefront of emerging trends through ongoing continuing education with CPCU in good standing. And then it says external waivers. So there's a waiver here. It says if you have earned a master's degree or non institute's professional certification, you may be eligible to waive CPU courses. For details, review and complete our waiver request form. If you are an international student, please review the International Education Exemption application regarding qualifications on waivers. I got a executive in Ghana right now wants to come over here and learn a little bit more about insurance. And so I think that I am going to tell him, hey, he's international. He might be able to get a little extra boosty boost. Now, CPCU courses. Remember, 5 of the courses are core courses. Materials. We are looking at materials between 365 and 445 per course. Exam per course, we're looking at 329 to 409. Like I said, work your way up to this now. Don't you ain't got to okay. You work your way up, all right? Y'all see my cat, Lord have mercy. Girl, get out of my office. Anywho's. All right, so that's pretty much. I'm just scrolling down and looking at the rest of the required core courses. All of them have the same material and exam price. Materials are between 365 and 445, and the exam is between 329 and 409. Okay, so work your way up here. Now, 2 of the courses are what they call concentration. You have to have 2 concentration courses, one in commercial lines, same cost for materials, 365 to 445, 329 to 409 for the exam. And the other one, yeah, both of them are in commercial. Okay, so that's done. And then you have an elective course. And unfortunately for this CPCU, for the CPCU designation, the elective, oh, that's an elective course. I thought it was ethics. Okay, elective course is still 365 for materials, exam between 239 and 319. Oh, child. Whew. Just a minute, little Phoebe. And then ethic matriculation. Let's read that. Let's see what matriculation is, because that was part of the requirements. It says CPCU matriculation is a requirement to earning the CPCU designation and includes content covering the CPCU canons, as well as digital forms that validate your professional experience and ethical standards. So, again, you got to work your way up to this CPCU. This is not something you want to come out the gate trying to get for a designation for your career. It says it can be completed at any time throughout your CPCU journey and only takes 1 to 2 hours. Matriculation costs $90. And then the ethics course, the very last course, for the love of God, thank God, that is one course that is free. Ethics is free. All right. So yeah, you looking at it, you looking at some money to get your CPCU. You got to work your way up to this point. Start off with the AIS or the ACSR, the PRC, AIC, AINS. Go there first before you dive into the CPCU. And then have some claims and some experiences and stuff under your belt, so that when you do go and do the get the CPCU designation, some of the concepts and stuff will be familiar. It'll just be a reinforcing of things that you already know, rather than I don't know that, I don't know that, I don't understand that. How does that, so you want to do this once you've had some time under your belt in the industry before jumping straight up into it. Okay. She is so verbal today. Can y'all hear my cat? I'm about ready. What is it, my dear? Y'all hear her? I have noise cancellation. I pray you don't. If you don't, then now I sound crazy on the playback talking to my cat. I'm gonna edit that out before I upload it to YouTube. So yeah, so that's all that I have for you all for this evening. I didn't go too far over time. So those are the designations that we talked about. The ACSR, the Accredited Customer Service Representative designation, the PRC, the Professional Risk Consultant designation, and the CPCU, which is what is it? The Chartered Risk. Wait, Lord, I done lost my little flyer. Hold on. The Chartered Property Casualty Underwriter designation. Even though it says underwriter, there are professionals in our industry that covet that designation who are not underwriters. If you haven't already, I highly recommend you setting up your profile on LinkedIn and starting to make friends and connect with insurance professionals on LinkedIn. There are jobs being posted on LinkedIn, people. You just never. I went over that with one of the previous episodes, on how to dig out here for these jobs. All right. Okay, next week, last episode of season 1 of the Adjuster Checkup podcast, we are going to finalize our insurance designation talk with we're going to break down the associate in fidelity and surety bonding designation, the AFSB. We're going to break down the API, the Associate in Personal Insurance. And last but not least, the ANFI, the Associate in National Flood Insurance. So these are more specialized designations that we're going to wrap up the podcast season 1 next week. All right. So tune in next week, 8 p.m. Central Time, same bat channel. We're going to go over these last specialized designations. I'll give you the website for the institutes if you haven't looked it up already. Okay. I think I'm not really holding nothing back. Okay. I know this. All right. And then we're gonna wrap this season right on up, you all. And if you are looking for courses to take to get your CEs, please feel free to utilize our partnership 10% discount with WebCE. What you want to do is go to webce.com/TPAS. When you go to that website, set up your account profile for free. And then, depending on what you need, you can get continuing education courses for whatever your resident license state is or designated home state. And that will be at a 10% discount. You can also take virtually pre-licensing courses. Of course, all of WebCE's courses are all online, all virtual. Okay. And so you can either do CE courses with them or pre-licensing courses with them, and you study at your own pace. And because it is virtual totally and all self-study, the cost of some of these courses are quite reasonable. Okay. Plus a 10% discount. All right. So make sure you get your CEs before your license renewal. Don't let that pass you by. You've invested too much in yourself to just let it all go now. All right. So with that said, I hope this information helps you. For everybody who is celebrating the holidays tomorrow and into the weekend, please enjoy yourself, enjoy your time with your family, eat good, get thick, whatever you got to do. Put some extra gravy on your dressing, okay? And with that, I am signing off. I will see you all next week. Happy holidays, and thank you for checking in with me on another Adjuster Checkup podcast. I'll see you guys later. Bye.